That night, after getting ready, I slip into my bed. And then, just as I'm nodding off into the abyss of slumber... A message now? Huh? I hear an electronic beep and I'm forced back to consciousness. That noise. A message! I jump up and grab the cell phone. The message light is flashing. What is it this time? We're making good progress with the shards, so I hope this isn't bad news. I press a few buttons on the phone and open the mailbox. Okay. How are they monitoring us? They. The master of the manor. How's the master of the manor monitoring us? Do you wish to know Yamato? The words appear on the screen. Huh? Do I wish to know Yamato? We've only gotten the directions for finding the fragments before. Why am I getting a message about Yamato? It's probably only for us, too. My mind clears a bit as I try to puzzle out the answer. I was talking with him a little while ago in his room. Could it be? The conclusion sends chills running down my spine. Could it be that the master of the manor can hear everything we do and say? Well, I hope the master of the manor's been having a chuckle over some of our arguments. If this message is about continuing what we were talking about, it means all of the rooms are being watched. This manor has always been creepy. I shudder involuntarily at this uncomfortable new possibility. Now that I think about it, this is the first time one of the messages has been a question. Am I supposed to reply? Do I want to know about him? Or not? A feeling, not unlike the one I felt when he almost touched me, rises within me once again. Of course I want to know more about him, but I've got a really bad feeling about this. Ooh. An actual choice, eh? Don't have many of these in this game so far. I mean, I would assume I want to know more about Yamato would be for Yamato's route? Potentially Fox Mask Guy's route too, if my theory is correct? At the same time, I know there's at least one bad ending? No, the common route has a bad ending. I think at least some of the guys have bad endings. I gotta review that. Yeah, I know the common route has one bad ending. I'm hoping it's not connected to this. Well, I mean, I just saved, so we're gonna go with this and assume the bottom one is for Yamato's route. I'm afraid of knowing. Besides, did this message go to Yamato too? I can't learn something that he wouldn't tell me himself. As I stare into the screen, the message tone pings once again. Surprised, I almost dropped the cell phone. I reposition it in my hands and open the new message. There's a picture this time. It's... Oh! Wait. He looks so much like Hokage. He looks so much. Now, is this the brother, or is he just saying, yo, they were friends? I also like that the master just completely ignored us and sent us the thing anyway. Did it not matter? So many questions. Also, are you wearing friendship bracelets, Yamato? Because if so, that's adorable. The message has a picture of two small boys attached. Let me just get a good look at you guys. Look at that big coat. They're wearing matching uniforms and standing side by side. One of them is holding a soccer ball, and it gives me the impression that he's a lively kid. The other looks irritated and not at all happy about having his picture taken. This one is Yamato, right? It looks like him. And the one next to him is... I feel like I've seen him somewhere. A well-formed brow and sharp eyes. Thin lips pursed in a tight line. Yeah, I'm like, who do I know with a well-defined brow? The annoyed boy is... Hokage? It has to be. They look identical. If they're both in the same picture, does that mean they used to know each other? Could it be? They're... brothers? Those two being brothers, eh? It's... weird, though. I don't know. I feel like... Hokage... well, we haven't really chatted to Hokage that much, I guess. Like, I've just been assuming he showed up the same time we did, but maybe he's the guy who actually knows more about what's going on than was letting on to begin with. Maybe. Interesting. They're brothers? I say it aloud, and finally comprehension dawns on me. Yeah, they do look like brothers. Okay, if you say so. Yamato said he had a twin brother that looks and acts totally different from him. And that brother is... Hokage? Huh? But didn't he say his brother was hospitalized? Hokage looks completely fine to me. Yamato? Oh! What was that? I hear a loud scream from outside. Suddenly I hear loud banging noises and rough footsteps passing by my door. That was Yamato! Did something happen? Did he get a picture too? I hastily rush out of my room and see everyone else opening their doors in the same way.
That voice? What was that?
Beats me. Sounded like Yamato. Seems pretty serious, too.
I cast a cautious look around the area, but I see no evidence of any kind of accident. He was screaming really loudly. Could he have been attacked by something?
The footsteps ran downstairs. After him.
Oh, your eyes are purple. Why did I think they were red? I guess it's just the red motif you've got going on. I'm like, oh, your eyes are red. No, they're definitely purple. I missed that. We find him just outside the hideout. The late night air is cold like the middle of winter. A shadowy figure leans on a pillar, its head hanging.
What's with the noise? Do you know what time it is? People were trying to sleep.
It's dangerous out here. Why don't we hurry back in? Hey, are you listening, Yamato? If something's up, we can talk. Just head back inside for now.
Why do I get the feeling he turned into a monster? Yamato? What's wrong? His body hangs limp, like a broken marionette as he stares into the floor. As he recoils in distress, I try to get closer to him.
I did it.
Huh?
I did it. To him.
He mutters incoherently over and over. What's he talking about? He's been acting strange for a while now. At that moment, the sound of wings hits my ears. Black butterflies softly flutter past. As if they had found sweet nectar, they float without hesitation, and stop at the choker wrapped around Yamato's upper chest. It's the giving in to despair, into dark emotions, what draws the black butterflies, and that's why he didn't have a lot of white butterflies in his room.
I killed him.
Though distracted by the butterflies, I hear his voice quite clearly. Huh? Killed?
Benny Yuri, get back!
Kagiha? Why? Nah? Kagiha grabs my arm and pulls me towards him. As I'm pulled away, I see it. Oh my. It's happening! Oh my goodness, look at all the black butterflies. Well, that's certainly an image. With a frightful roar, Yamato's body begins to transform. Black stains appear on his skin in mottled patches and quickly spread to his whole body. His nails grow, turning jet black down to their tips. What's going on? The creature that was once Yamato has become a shadowy black beast. A vast number of butterflies appear and begin to swarm around him. Now we gotta find out if there's any way to reverse the process.
Whoa, hold up! What's the deal? Why'd he turn into a monster?
I'm unable to go to him. I can only stand in place, utterly dumbstruck. My brain refuses to accept the reality before me. Despite it happening right before my eyes, I can't help but feel as though I'm watching something taking place far, far away. Yamato?
Gah!
The creature in front of me swings its head from side to side as if trying to shake off its anguish. It then turns and runs off somewhere into the distance. Yamato!
What was that?
I stand frozen, staring into the depths of the hallway Yamato disappeared into. You know, I've kind of noticed this, but I'm noticing it a lot in this picture. Like, look how wispy we are. You know, like, we give off, like, color wisps. I noticed that in the, what was it? The picture where they were eating at the table. Like, especially Hokage gave off, like, a lot of dark wisps. But it's interesting that they're kind of wispy. I stand frozen, staring into the depths of the hallway Yamato disappeared into. Without uttering a single word, I stand dazed, as if my soul has been ripped out. Then I hear footsteps from behind, drawing close. Oh, it's Usagi. I'm like, what a time it would be if, Fox Mask Guy just showed up now.
Are you hurt?
You?
Usagi? Did you see what happened just now? What happened to Yamato? Grasping at straws, I rush to Usagi, pelting her with questions. She might be the only one who knows what's going on.
Benny Yuri, calm down.
As Kageha grasps my shoulders, I realize that they are trembling.
Yamato's soul has become steeped in despair.
Yep, I knew it was despair. What does that mean?
I will explain.
I don't suppose you could have explained before this happened, eh?
Don't you think this manor's mysterious? It's completely different from where you used to live. Doesn't it feel like you've come to some distant world?
After we return to the hideout, Usagi begins to talk.
Yeah, duh. You ought to know, given how we got here.
If you're going to explain, get to the point.
Okay, I'll be as direct as possible. Between the world of the living and the afterlife is a place where the spirits of the dead pass through. We might call it the space between life and death.
Limbo?
Where you are now is that in-between world.
What? My mind stops. Where in the space between life and death? I feel like I'm listening to some kind of fairy tale or myth, she says, looking at the girl with the bunny mask.
This is not the time to be joking around.
Yeah, for real. And if you're actually serious, you're just plain bananas. Granted, with the way you look, I never thought you were all that normal anyway.
Usagi stops talking, waiting for us to understand.
Fine. Let's just hear her out for now. Usagi, if what you say is true, and this is the space between life and death, does that mean we've all died?
Actually, to be more precise, you're almost dead, and there's still a chance for you to come back to life. Although this place is the way to the afterlife, it isn't quite death itself. You're all simply close to death.
Close to death? That means...
Huh. Do you actually think we're buying this crap you're selling?
Even if you aren't, do you not believe your own eyes? What you yourself just saw?
Are you referring to that monster?
What in the world was that? It was like a shadow. Or some kind of monster.
I believe you saw Yamato transform. That monster was once a human.
She hangs her head, her small voice quavering. I feel as though sadness washes over her expressionless mask.
Normally, when people pass on, they lose their memories upon entering the in-between. And as time passes, they lose their face, their body, and become nothing more than their bare soul, so that they might begin their journey to the afterlife. But those with a strong fixation on the world of the living, or those who somehow regain their memories, are unable to escape this space. With no end in sight, they live on here for all eternity. They grow tired, they fall into despair, and then they transform into those terrible monsters. They head to a different destination, the total opposite of the afterlife, a place called the Abyss.
The Abyss?
Souls who lose all hope become monsters, and the end of that journey lies in the depths of darkness. That is the Abyss.
But if we get our memories back, we can't leave this place. Doesn't that mean we should make sure we don't get them back?
I'm not sure how to explain this. Yes, if you want to move on to the afterlife, you must discard all ties with this world and become pure. The power of oblivion is at work in this space, so people can be reborn. If you do nothing, you'll forget many times faster than in the world of the living. However, if you hope to find your life restored, you must maintain attachments to the world of the living. You must have your memory.
Everyone listens in silence. I just can't believe it. I can't believe that she's lying. All this talk about souls, it doesn't feel real. To depart or to remain. I had no idea this kind of world existed.
Souls can be seen. Here, at least.
Huh?
Time and again, you've already seen things that appear to be butterflies. They are not actual butterflies, but the particles that comprise souls. The white ones guide people to the afterlife. The black ones will drag you to the abyss.
So, why does this room have so many white butterflies in it?
They are here to guide you all to the other world.
And the reason why the monsters have black butterflies around them?
is so that they can be taken to the abyss.
She declares it so plainly, I'm at a loss for words. My mind can't fully process all this information, and I find myself at a loss.
Then who's the master of the manor? What does he want to do with us?
The Master. The Master is responsible for creating this world, and now he wishes to see to the completion of the kaleidoscope. The kaleidoscope is a magical tool that can grant the wishes of its owner. It was broken long ago, and the shards of the glass inside it were scattered. The long ages spent trying to repair it stretch practically beyond imagination, and that work is nearly complete. Upon your completion of the kaleidoscope, the Master will hear each of your wishes.
If I'm understanding you correctly, you're saying that the Master of the Manor did not lock us in here.
You simply happened to drift by this place. No one is keeping you here. Absolute nothingness awaits beyond these walls. If you wish to swim against the current and return to reality, you must gather the kaleidoscope shards.
But to do that, we have to kill the monsters. And they used to be human.
Yes. To be precise, they are already lost.
Do we have to kill Yamato too?
If he has taken a shard, yes.
My hands start to tremble at the sound of my own terrible words. It's not that I didn't hesitate at all before now. It's that we laughed and smiled together up until yesterday, and now we have to kill him? I can't do this!
Yamato aside, I didn't have as many qualms about killing the other monsters, since their faces were hidden behind masks. But the guilt at seeing someone's face when you take their life,
Hikage! That's not the problem here.
As I said earlier, along with their memories, their faces are also lost. Perhaps because they can't accept that fact, they hide what's left with the masks inside the manor. Either way, those preparing to descend into the abyss cannot be saved.
But Usagi still has her face and memories, right? How is she different from the others?
So what? In the end, we've got to kill the monsters and gather the shards so we can come back to life, yeah? Meaning what we have to do hasn't changed. I'm a little skeptical of the idea that we can go back to our old lives, though.
After nodding her silent assent, Usagi continues speaking.
This world transcends the laws of the living world. Your will, memories, and thoughts can be given form. If your desire is to return to life, use that power as a weapon to continue your fight. And please, gather the scattered shards and complete the kaleidoscope. That is the one and only path I can provide.
Her speech finished, Usagi gives a slight bow as if her role has been fulfilled and disappears off into the gloom. She leaves us in a state of thundering despondency. Are we gonna tell Hikage that his brother just turned into a monster? And apparently he's been in a coma for 10 years? We thought it would all make sense once we talked to the girl who called herself a servant of the Master. But now, the fog has lifted, and all that awaits us is a bottomless chasm. The fathomless gloom stretches its maw open, waiting to swallow us whole. Hearing her explanation, ringing in our ears like some kind of cruel fairy tale, all we can do is wallow in our confusion. As time passes, I'm still not fully able to accept the things she said. It's not that I'm not convinced by them. The handguns that appear in our hands, incomprehensible monsters, an inescapable manner. If I can believe that they're all due to the strangeness of this in-between world, I'm able to comprehend these things. Or maybe it makes more sense to say that without that reality-defying reasoning, all of it would be utterly inexplicable.
Huh. If we're buying what she said, it means we've all already died once.
Indeed. It's a little hard to swallow, but a part of me seems to recognize the truth.
How did we die? An accident? Illness?
Who knows? We haven't gotten that part of our memories yet.
But y'all might be in a coma, though. No, not yet. If my memory of reality returns, I won't be able to move on to the afterlife. But she also said that I'll need my memory if I want to come back to life. If that's true, maybe it would be better to not remember anything and wait until I disappear. But I want to go back to reality. I'm not exactly dead yet, so I can go back, right? I can still see my family again. I wonder if the others feel the same way. Oh! I sit down on the sofa and curl my hands into my lap. As I gaze at them, a thought drifts back into my mind.
What's wrong?
Oh, I got a message from the master earlier. It had a picture of Yamato attached.
Why would the master send you a picture of Yamato?
And while we're on the subject, this master guy sure seems like a rotten dude. I get the feeling he's a fan of screwing with people.
That picture. Could it have something to do with what happened to Yamato? Can I take a look at it?
Sure, but... I should warn you. Hikage was in the picture with Yamato. I wonder if it's okay to show it to him.
Why are you hesitating? What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything. It's just that, do you actually want to get your memories back and return to reality?
Of course. That's what we've been working so hard to do all along.
I suppose it's okay then. If that's what he really wants, there's no reason to keep it a secret. Here, this is the picture. I open the picture up on the phone and display it to everyone. Does everybody get a flashback?
Is that... Hikage and Yamato? This picture looks quite old.
If you guys are in the same photo, does that mean you two know each other? And hey, you're wearing the same outfit!
Hikage, do you recognize it?
Recognize it. It's like... This is...
Hikage falls to his knees, clutching at the sides of his head. I think it's safe to say he got a memory back. His long eyelashes, girl, calm down. His long eyelashes creased downward, casting an ever so light shadow across his pale face. What's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm fine. My head just hurt a bit.
Slowly stumbles up. Wobbling his way back to a standing position, he leans on a nearby sofa. He looks far off, as if deep in thought. His eyes slowly close.
I... recognize the picture.
Huh?
It's a picture of a playground we lived near when we were younger. I'm Yamato's twin brother.
So you are his twin brother. Aw, man, you guys were so close all this time, and then... But he's like, Yamato, why did you turn into a monster? Dude. Your baby brother showed you how to use a gun. My guess was right on the mark. The two of them have deep ties.
No way! Twins? You guys look nothing alike! And your personalities are completely different!
I had no idea the two of you had such a close connection.
That reminds me. Yamato told me earlier that Hikage has something he doesn't. If they're twins, maybe they grew up trying to make up for one another's shortcomings.
But if you're brothers and you're both here, does that mean you died together?
I... wonder.
Yamato told me that his little brother had been hospitalized. Maybe something happened in the hospital.
Hospitalized.
Hikage might be getting confused. I shouldn't tell him he was in a coma yet. I don't really know the details anyway. Hikage bites his lip and frowns, as though he's trying with all his might to reel in the disparate threads of his memories. His expression makes it hard to look at him.
You shouldn't force yourself to remember. We have nothing but time, so there's no need to rush.
Unable to bear the sight of Hikage's struggle any longer, Kaguya touches him on the shoulder.
But if it's truly important, it will come back to you on its own. Just take it slowly, alright? Yeah, I'll stop for now.
He rubs his fingers on his temples, and his face returns to its usual expression. His agonized complexion lightens a bit, and I feel like the color starts to come back into his face.
I'm pretty beat. And in the end, we didn't know what to say to that girl, and Yamato turned all horrifying and monstery and ran off somewhere.
Yamato. Usagi said that once a person becomes one of those monsters, they can't be saved. I don't want to believe it. I can't kill Yamato with my own hands.
I'm certain there are plenty of things we'd each like to consider, so let's take a break for today. We'll sleep on it so we can calm down a little.
Yeah, good call.
I'm off then. Good night.
Hikage's words of parting are abrupt, and he quickly heads off towards his room. I mean, he's got the most to process. Having both remembered and lost his older brother in the same evening, he seems so lonely when I look at him. Wait! Hikage!
What is it?
Oh. I called out to him without even thinking. I just had this feeling that he would vanish too. Oh, right. Should I send the photo with the two of you in it? That way you can look at it whenever you want?
Did you not realize? I tried that with Kaguya last time, but the cell phones won't let us contact each other.
Huh?
It could be because they were created with the power of thought, like our weapons. It may look like a normal cell phone, but it can only receive messages.
Plus, they don't have any service.
Oh, right. I forgot. Nothing about it is normal. Do you have a pictures app on that phone? Because you can just take a picture of my picture, maybe?
Don't worry about it. I'll be fine.
Hikage bids us goodnight in his usual tone and heads up the stairs to the mezzanine. After that, we all decided to call it a day. What a day. Shutting the door as I return to my room, I collapse back onto it. I wonder if Yamato got the playground picture too. Did he remember some dark memory from deep within the Sea of Oblivion? Was that what made him transform into that monster? I also find myself wondering about the things he said right before he lost himself. What could have happened to him? I was the last person he saw. If I had only looked a little closer, I would have noticed something. Once you've become a monster, can you really never turn back? I feel suffocated, like my lungs aren't pumping enough oxygen through my body. Worry, unrest, sadness, regret. Was it my fault? It might have been. I mean, maybe if I had said I want to know more about him, he wouldn't have turned into a monster. I don't know. I'm worried now. I feel an intense pain in my heart as I'm bombarded by an onslaught of emotions. Suddenly, in the midst of my suffering, a thought bubbles to the surface. Whoa. I want to talk to someone? Can Yamato really not turn back? I want to solve the mystery of this manor. I wish this was all a dream. I mean... Can Yamato really not turn back is probably a Yamato thing. I want to talk to someone might be either Kaguya or Hikage. I don't... I mean, not that it really matters. I think I'm going to get... I'm kind of forced onto the common root ending regardless, but... Okay, if we're doing common, let's solve the mystery. Instead of trying to get close to someone, or feel guilty over Yamato, or fall into despair ourselves, this might be the bad ending. I think I'm gonna do this. I want to solve the mystery of this manor. Usagi told us that this place exists in between life and death. Still, my mind hasn't fully accepted that yet. Why does the master of the manor want the kaleidoscope repaired in the first place? And who is the master? Is he even human? It seems like he knew us before we came here. What could that mean? Thinking about it isn't getting me anywhere. And I wonder if it was a good idea to show that picture to Hokage. His brother turned into that thing and disappeared. It must have been a terrible shock. I'm worried about Hokage. Gonna talk to him anyway. I tried to avoid it and I gotta talk to him anyway.
Who's there?
It's me, Benny Yuri. I'm sorry to bother you so late. I announce myself from behind the door, and after a few moments it opens up and Hokage peeks his face out.
You're still awake. Do you need something?
No, not particularly. He might be irritated if I tell him I came to check up on him. He did tell me not to worry earlier. Well, it's about the photo I showed you before. Even without reception, if we could take the memory card out, we might be able to transfer the picture.
Huh?
Wouldn't you like to have a family photo with you? Look, you can remove the card from here and... Huh? There's no card slot. I thought all phones had something like that on the side. Maybe we should have checked that before offering. Hang on a second. I thought there was... That's weird. I turn the phone over in my hands and groan. Exasperated, Hokage fixes me with a frosty look. I'm sorry.
Just come inside. It's gonna echo if we talk out here.
Oh, right. We don't want to wake the others. I'll come inside. Girl's just visiting all the boys. The room is structured exactly the same as Yamato's and my own and looks just as I had expected it would. The antique light casts its glow onto the room, and everything is arranged as though it has just been cleaned. Perhaps an indication of his detail-oriented personality, there is not a wrinkle to be found on his bedsheets. Looking as though deep in thought, Hokage takes a seat and lets out a deep sigh. His face is downcast, an expression at odds with his usual dour demeanor. It leaves me struggling to find the right words. Hokage? I try to break the silence. Hikage's face registers my words, and he cuts off my attempt at idle conversation.
Let's not beat around the bush. I'm sure you're probably worried about me. I knew you were the nosy type, but I'm actually impressed you take the initiative. Great job, Benny Yuri. How very like you.
He's being sarcastic. Well, we're learning. But I don't sense any strength in his words. He really must be feeling down. Only natural, given everything that's happened. I look at him without replying. He sighs once again and folds his arms.
It's true. I was thinking about Yamato. And wondering how I could have forgotten my own brother, even though he's my own flesh and blood. About what a cold-hearted person that must make me.
But Usagi told us that when people come to this in-between place, they lose all of their memories.
Even so, if I had remembered sooner, I could have talked to him about it. In the end,
If that's really how you feel, that you're not a cold-hearted person, Hokage. As if stubbornly refusing my sympathy, he purses his lips tightly. Hokage, how much of your memory did you get back? Do you remember anything about the rest of your family besides Yamato?
No. Just him. It's all a haze. I don't even vaguely recall anything else.
You were supposedly hospitalized for a really long time, but you only woke up in the manor recently, right?
Yeah.
So then that means he didn't come here 10 years ago, right when he slipped into the coma. Maybe something happened to him while he was in the hospital? Or maybe he's lying to us?
Anyway, we need that kaleidoscope. Once we get it sorted out, we might be able to do something about Yamato. It's supposed to be able to grant the wishes of its owner in any case.
Huh? Something feels off. You actually believe everything Usagi said? You're always such a pragmatist, I figured you would have been more suspicious of her.
I don't entirely trust what she said, no. But whether this is a dream, or we really are trapped between life and death, the world I'm in right now is my reality. If we don't have any other solution to the problem than what Usagi said, all we can do is use it as a basis and power through. That kaleidoscope seems like it's the key to everything.
I knew he was strong. The truth is still uncertain, and we don't know who we are or where we're from. And his only brother turned into a monster right before his eyes. Just thinking about the sight of it makes my hands start to shake. Our friend got lost in his despair, and I didn't even notice the change in his heart. All this regret, pain, and sadness. It must be even worse for Hokage, what with Yamato being family. And even so, he's moving forward with just the knowledge we have now at this moment. But that's why... I wonder what thoughts he's keeping hidden beneath that strength. It's always the same with him. Hokage never talks about his feelings. He quietly observes the situation, then states the best solution. Then again, what do I really know about him?
Beniyuri, what's wrong?
Oh,
If you're tired, you should go back to your room and go to bed.
No, it's not that. I was just thinking.
About what?
I was thinking about how I could support you, Hokage. I don't know why this playful music is playing, but...
Support me. What?
I want to help you. Whoa. He looks confused. Or is that disgust?
What would make you think of something strange like that?
Well, He gazes intently at me, and I reluctantly speak. Hokage, you always take the lead and pull us through tough situations. But that also means you're shouldering our problems and worries. I was just thinking, it must be hard for you to do all that by yourself. I might be getting in over my head, but I want to help you. I was trying to figure out what I could do. He silently raises an eyebrow. As he does, his mouth twists into a frown, his anger plain.
If that's what you think, then take care of yourself first. You're the weakest link here.
Huh? What's wrong with me?
You have absolutely no sense of caution. You run headfirst into anything and everything. You just don't think anything through.
Ugh. You're just as severe as ever. I don't really think I'm all that thoughtless.
Then you're just an idiot. No, not just an idiot. A complete and utter idiot. I mean, you just came into a man's room late at night. Just because you were invited doesn't make it any less reckless.
I came in because it was you, Hokage.
And I'm saying that was careless. You always having your guard down like that makes me worry. And besides...
He just grew so large, he vanished. He launches into a long-winded lecture. Normally, I shrink away from being scolded so harshly, but today I'm actually happy to hear it. Because I'm a masochist.
What are you smiling about? Do you like getting yelled at or something?
She might. No. I mean, it's not fun, but...
You're strange.
Until a minute ago, Hikage seemed so heavy-hearted. I'm just relieved that he seems to be feeling even just a little better. Not that I can tell him that.
We'll get back to searching for shards tomorrow.
At length he mumbles his last few words. Yeah, we can't slack off now. Still, I wonder what the Master wants with the completed kaleidoscope, and who he even is in the first place. What's with that innocent smile look?
Never met the guy. Don't ask me.
I force a smile at his curt response. That's right. None of us have met him. I wonder if the time will come when we eventually do. In my mind, I picture that encounter with the unknown. With each passing hour, that moment approaches. Ooh, becoming a monstrosity achievement. Okay. Oops. Hold on. New save. There we go. Clearing 9 short episodes will allow you to proceed to the next. Interesting. So I'm going over here, not over there, eh? Okay. Does that mean we'll be doing 4? So I need to watch 3? Hold on. The mouse is actually... I say that like the mouse is easier, but... Okay, so we've got the daily, and then a Yamato. Oh, there's actually... I think there's one episode I need to watch at this point. But... I'm not sure which one it is. I'm gonna have to look that up. And then figure out where I'm going from there. I think actually... Oh, there it is. That's the one. Okay, because I'm like, I don't think I have to unlock it. It should just tell me it's new. Okay. So I need to watch that, and probably these 2 daily episodes, and then we're done with those? Okay. I think we got a plan of action for next time, guys. I will see you then.